Morning, it's 8:30 and we can start.
Fine. Good morning, everybody. This time I'd like to call the order of the Safety and Security Committee meeting for August 7th, 2025. Ms. Bennett, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Simmons,
Yes.
Commissioner Cox,
Here.
Commissioner Galladay, Commissioner Gladney,
Present.
Commissioner Jackson Jennings,
Present.
Commissioner Beach,
Present.
Commissioner Moore, and Commissioner Johnson.
Here.
You can proceed.
Ms. Bennett, do you have any public comments that were received for the meeting?
No, Chair, there were none submitted for today's meeting.
Fine, thank you. The minutes have been provided to the committee for review. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to add a second to approve the minutes.
So
Have a
moved.
motion? Have a second?
Second.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passed. Kevin Scott, do you have comments for us this morning?
Yeah, so I just wanted to really touch on our overall Metro Transit incident report that we put out on a biannual
Hey, John.
basis. Should I proceed?
Go ahead.
Okay, so as you're aware, we sent the most recent report for the first 6 months of the year, or the first two quarters. We sent that out from Talby's office last week to the entire board. I hope that you were able to see that and have time to review it. But I would like to comment on some of the numbers and some of the trends that we're seeing relative to overall incidents on our system. And a lot of these numbers, of course, that comprise this report come directly from our law enforcement partners. First and foremost, I'd like to highlight that in the first 6 months of this year compared to the first 6 months of last year, we've yielded an additional 182,510 riders on MetroLink, and so we're up 15%. We also have analyzed the first 11 secured platform locations that were that have already been gated, that are operating in the interim mode, and we have identified that of the total increase in ridership over the past year from January to May of each year, 60% of that increase comes from those first 11 platforms. We saw a significant increase at Forest Park to the tune of about 118,685 riders. But the most intriguing was at Central West End, with a true raw increase of 26,328 riders relative to those locations. We also saw at Emerson Park an increase of 44,459 riders year over year. Relative to our total incident rates on Metro Transit, and again, this is just a very high altitude conversation. The report that I provided you goes much more in depth. But in 2024, at this time, we were sitting at 8 incidents per 100,000 boardings, which is still relatively good. It's far below 1%. As of this report, as of the end of second quarter 2025, we're sitting at 6 incidents per 100,000 boardings. And I do think it is interesting to highlight that if you go back to 2023, or the end of 2023, at that juncture, we were at 14 incidents per 100,000 boardings. So over the last 2 years, we've realized basically a 50% in total reported crime on MetroLink. So I just wanted to provide some highlight this morning and redirect your attention to that report that was forwarded to you. That same report was forwarded publicly to over 400 stakeholders and is being released publicly on our website and through media outlets. So I would be happy to entertain any questions relative to those numbers.
Any questions for Mr. Scott?
I got question, comment. First of all, that it's awesome news, and I'm sure you're proud of that, Kevin, and you should be. And I guess my question would be, do you think the increase in ridership has a direct correlation in the increased in the secure platforms? And if so, why?
Well, it's hard to tell. So the only thing that I can offer, Commissioner, is that of that total increase, 60% of that total number was realized at those first 11 stations that are gated. Now, we're operating in an interim mode. So we have a bridge process in place with the security officer assigned to the gate because we don't have the new validator in place yet to talk to the gate. But when the security officer leaves the gate for some reason or is redirected on the platform or is asked to deal with some occurrence on the property, we're locking those gates open not to impede efficient flow. But I think it's a combination of not only are we undertaking a true security upgrade where we're changing hardscape, we're influxing new technology. I think that we've seen some benefit from how we have deployed security, at least at those first 11 platforms, all while maintaining, in my estimation, our sustained level from a security standpoint of visibility and fluidity on our trains. I think having those security officers as force multipliers at those gates during the interim mode, that's also helped. So we're making these true security changes, but Mr. Roach talks a lot about perception and attacking the overall perception of security. Our incident rates have always been relatively low, but we've always dealt with the perception that it's an unsafe system because when we have incidents, it's a 5-step forward, 3-step back type dynamic that we face. And so while we're attacking these true security changes in the true upgrades that we're making, if we're not combating and attacking and redirecting the narrative of the system, we're just basically spinning our wheels. So I guess the easy answer is I do believe it's a combination of a lot of things that have gone into this. Some of the increased ridership may not be attributed to SPP, but I can only go back and say that the majority of it is realized at these first 11 stations. And I think once the entire system is gated, I think once we have integration with the new fare collection system, I think it provides us an opportunity to rethink how we deploy uniformed security level people along the system. And I think it's going to be a big benefit. We've definitely seen a reduction in loitering and stagnant misbehavior around those locations. And the one thing that I can guarantee you that we've impacted is things that start off of our property and traverse onto our property that really weren't our problem to begin with. And we've fallen victim to that time and time and time again. So that's a long, lengthy answer because the answer is not simple, but I do think we're trending in the right direction.
I agree, and I just feel that I've been saying it since I started on this board 7, 8 years ago that the perception and the increase in security and making people feel safer, more people are going to ride. And the more people we have on the system, everybody knows we've been in these meetings before, the safer it actually is on the system. So thank you for your leadership on this. And I'm glad to see that, from where I started until now, the change of perception of really the entire board. And this is a really good report that I just heard that we're really going in the right direction.
I appreciate that. If I could add to my comments, so we have taken a very aggressive posture to communicating, and we are not going to stay stagnant and be reactive relative to our security communication. I can outline for the committee a number of things or a number of proactive approaches that we've taken, hundreds of community engagements, conversations, and tours of our facility. As well as Melissa Webb and I are meeting with all news directors in St. Louis, print, television and radio. And so we have that well underway, and we've had some very, very good conversations. And I think them understanding our efforts and or building those relationships helps to drive a more proactive, positive narrative. Certainly, we will have some difficult days. I'm not denying that, but it's how we respond to that. Mr. Roach always talks about to our team that no matter how difficult the day is, we'll always show up and answer those questions, and that's what we'll continue to do.
Any other questions for Mr. Scott or comments? I have a couple. First of all, kudos to you and to Mr. Summers, because as you know, I stay pretty well in touch with both of you as well as Mr. Roach. We try to meet regularly, as the other day when I scheduled you with the Belleville, and hopefully that's going to come off meeting with that group of citizens. And I think Commissioner Cox is right that the perception is out there, because I hear more and more comments about seeing the security officers. And I know from talking with Mr. Summers, sometimes that gets to be a logistical nightmare also. But and when I'm out there, I got my eyes looking, and I could definitely have seen that improvement. And I think that the full board of commissioners need a thank you, because I think with the support of what they have given over the secured platform, over increasing our visibility out there, has changed that perception. So I think this is nothing but teamwork that's been done. And I can't thank you with your leadership and Mr. Summers. And of course, as any good ship, we have to have that captain, and Mr. Roach is really allowed you to do that job. So thank you again.
Thank you very much. And again, I think your comments are very timely in that the support from the board, the support from Mr. Roach, and allowing us the flexibility to do what we need to do to make decisions that were counter to philosophies that have been employed here in the past have paid huge dividends. But we continue to see resounding success with the upgrade and the reconfiguration of our closed circuit television system. And the participation of the real-time camera center. It has paid enormous dividends for us and will continue to do so. So thank you for your support.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
I'm just curious, can you inform us on what this group of Belleville citizens meeting is about?
Yeah, so do you mind if I interject, Chair?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is in coordination, I believe, with the Belleville Police. This is just a neighborhood meeting.
Okay.
And it's going to be at the VFW hall there in Belleville. And they were just curious about the security upgrades. They've seen the construction of the secured platform plan.
Good.
And just wanted an overview of what we're doing and what impacts that we think what we've seen thus far and what we believe we'll see in the future. And so I'm going to be able to go and provide that detailed information to them and provide them with some quantified results of what we've seen thus far with partial closures of the system, not total closure, but and I'll be happy to answer any of their questions. I think it's just an informational conversation.
Oh, good. That's a good location too. The VFW is nestled in a neighborhood, a stone's throw from the Belleville Metrolink station. So very good.
Yep.
Commissioner Beach,
Thank you.
just to follow up on that conversation all came about when we had the fundraiser for the 5 Fairview Heights officers in downtown Belleville. Chairman Kern and I was there, and the sergeant from the police department had approached us and was talking about the trains and how he has noticed an improvement, and he reached out to me and asked if I could get somebody to come, and so Kevin graciously scheduled that. So again, thank you, and I hope that all works out good for you. Mr. Roach, do you have any unscheduled business?
I think we need to apologize, Chair, but we have a first quarter 2025 safety report to go over with Mr. Giassi.
Very good. Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's in the executive session. I apologize. Yeah, I have too many pieces of paper in front of me, Chairman.
No
my
problem. I didn't see that.
mistake.
You had me worried there for a minute.
Very good. You're right. So please accept my apologies here. So yes, I do not have any unscheduled business. I'm ready to give my comments if you're ready for that.
Yes, please go ahead.
Very good. Really great discussion today. This is a team effort. What it really talks about is the investments that this board has allowed us to make. The Secure Platform Plan, as an example, was authorized by this board and is a major expenditure for the whole region. Yeah, we got that local investment in that project, but look, we all jumped into that pool together. Now we're starting to see the fruits of that labor. I will say I had a very interesting conversation with some of our DC partners about moving forward to tap some federal money. And a lot of folks across the country are seeing us as on the leading edge associated with safety and security in transit. There's a lot of eyes on St. Louis associated with this project, and they're very positive. So that was very nice to hear. One trend nationally that is troubling, however, that we are working with our partners at ATU is we are still seeing assaults in general on our workforce, especially operators and drivers, trending upwards. It's not really relevant to St. Louis per se, but we are seeing that national trend. It's a disturbing one and one that we're really trying to look at more proactively as far as de-escalation training, the cameras, and the barriers around the operators. I just want everybody to know that those investments and that partnership with ATU is very important in protecting our frontline workforce and is certainly embedded in our efforts. We do have a very active assault working group that Mr. Giassi actually heads that includes membership of ATU in that discussion. So we're working very hard to try to blunt that national trend and protect our workforce. Also, one thing that this is slightly off subject with safety and security, but is a huge win also, is we'll be receiving a positive report card from our partners at SMART in association with the improvements that have been going on at Coloride. Again, I want to talk about the investments by this board in leaning in and pushing us to do better as far as Coloride service. We have strengthened those partnerships with our Coloride partners, with moving strongly towards that advocacy group. And I'm very pleased to report that they're going to be releasing a report card this afternoon that is trending in the positive direction. So very, very proud of that. And I wanted to be sure at this opportunity that I'd let the Board of Commissioners know that I will be available for interviews tomorrow on that, and I'm hoping that we're going to get some coverage there because it's positive coverage. So that concludes my remarks today. I appreciate the board's time and investments. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for Mr. Roach? Hearing none, Ms. Bennett, can you give us the upcoming dates?
Yes, Chair. The next Audit, Finance, and Administration Committee meeting will be held on Thursday, August 14th at 8:30 a.m. The Operations Committee meeting will follow on the same day, August 14th. The next Board of Commissioners meeting will be held on Friday, September 19th. Also, just as a side note, a proposed meeting schedule for calendar year 2026 has been sent out to the commissioners for review. It proposes changing meeting dates from Fridays to Thursdays. If you haven't had a chance yet to look at that, I would ask that you do so and get back to me as soon as possible so that those dates could be presented at the next board meeting.
Very good. Thank you. Any questions on that from Myra? Hearing none, I need a motion for this committee to go into an executive session for the purpose of discussing matters as permitted under by State Development Board Policy Chapter 10, Section 10.080, D1 Legal, D7 Purchasing and Contracts, D11 Security, and D16 Rail, Bus, or Facilities, Safety, and Accidents. I need a motion, please.
Move to go into executive session.
Have a second?
Second.
And a roll call, please.
Commissioner Cox,
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson Jennings,
Yes.
Commissioner Beach,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Gladney,
Yes.
and Commissioner Simmons.
Yes.
The motion passed.
Thank you. See you in a minute.